Today, I'm going to try to bring up more ideas, different things, use a little bit of examples from life. I think the ideas that we have about ourselves can be summed up by how we react to them. And I think sometimes we are also wrong in the way we react without actually knowing about it. The biggest thing a lot of us have trouble with is the idea that we create false realities within our lives and we don't always realize that we do it. You know, sometimes you get so distraught or so directed towards a path that you are going to be on or that you think you need to be on. And your mind creates this idea or this vision or this reality that isn't even true. But you create it because it's your mind's way of dealing with what's going on in your life, kind of just on the outside or everything else, or even what's going on the inside that you're not dealing with, but you're trying to utilize outside things to control what's going on inside. We have those people that kind of are workaholics, do too much, don't pay attention to themselves, don't really keep track of their own mental health. I'm very guilty of that because we just push and push and push. On the road to success, there are so many times that we need help from other things or people and we just don't do it. We think that we can control every aspect of it at all times. Even when things are falling apart, on flames, burning down, smoldering, in our minds, we sit there and we create an idea that, well, no, it's not that. I'm doing okay. I'm holding it together. When in reality, that's the farthest from the truth. I think about my own life. Uh, Athletics has always been a driver of my life, along with success in my career. For me, coming from where I came from in a culture of most of my friends are either drug dealers or they, in prison for killing people. Very few of us really did get out into being successful. And I'm not saying that as a generalization, but a lot of the groups that I frequent with back then were some real just dangerous type of people. I mean, that's something that I thought I wanted to do. I thought I wanted to be a part of. I thought that, I would be a big time, dealer, get myself some money to get myself to be successful. I had all the correct connects, I had all the correct contacts, I had all the ways to do it every which way you could think of. And I sat there and many a time, I was like, well, I'm going to be able to do this for myself. I can make a little bit of money. I can get out of the game. It doesn't matter. And I started to realize that that wasn't the route I was going to go. Over time of getting in trouble when I was younger and things, I started to understand myself and what I needed to do. So I've always pushed really hard for success and always pushed hard in athletics. Working out 7 days a week, working numerous jobs, not for the money. I mean, the money is always good. We all know that money needs to be had, but I actually utilized most of my time working so many jobs and just always looking up things and videos and really utilizing what we should on outside literature to get better at my career and my life. The issue with that is I focused so much on those things because I believed internally that those things would make me who I'm supposed to be. They would make me a better person. They would define me. They would bring me that title of success. They would bring people around me to look at me and go, yeah, hey, you're the most successful. When those really weren't the things that truly bring success, at least for me. I think that a lot of people look and they think that you can categorize success by real black and white ideologies, I guess, when that's not really the case. And as you start to think that you're succeeding or doing better, and you start to neglect everything that's going on inside of you, you really start to bury what's going on. And in all honesty, you're building a fake wall of success that's going to fall down. There's no question. It's not a idea or a question of will it, it's when it's going to. And the idea of understanding when it's going to will show you how bad that is when it falls, how deep you're going to fall, how false that reality that you've built is. You know, I was working crazy amounts of hours, numerous jobs, playing semi-pro ball, 8-man. I was, 30 years old, finished all my degrees, numerous degrees, careers, and felt like I was on top of the world. I had all these people in my life. I was building interpersonal relationships, and I thought that I could handle it all. And I started to realize that I was neglecting things. I was neglecting people in my life. And it all stems from the fact that you neglect yourself. You can sit here and you can blame your friends, you can blame your coworkers, you can blame your significant others all day. And I think that's super easy to do that. It is. And I have pure hatred for a lot of people, and that's what I bear, is pure hatred and rage towards people. I really do carry that along. And for me to function normally throughout the day, it does take a lot to control those emotions because I'm still learning myself and still trying to become more mature in that aspect. But best believe that every day I walk around, I hate people that have broken my heart. I hate myself because I've broken my own heart. I hate other people for doing me wrong. I hate people who have gone against me in careers and try to take what's mine, truly take what's mine. When in reality, where I grew up, a lot of those people, they wouldn't make it down the street, man. You do something that bad, they're coming for you. I mean, they're gonna shoot you right in front of your family. I mean, that's real talk. Those are real examples. That's not a lie. Those are the kind of people that I grew up with and the kind of people I used to frequent my time with. And I always wanted to be better. So I believed that if I would create this idea, this facade of, I would try to get to the highest level of my career and I would do all these things in sports and I would make myself look good and I would do all the things in the gym all the time to look the best I possibly feel like I could, that somebody would want me in all ways. Career would want me. I would never have to worry about getting a job somewhere. I would be so successful that they would want me to come work for them. You look at your interpersonal relationships, your girl would want you. Even if you got an awesome girl, an amazing girl, best guy, anything that you could have, whoever's watching this, you're even with them and you still want them to want you because you have no idea about yourself. You've created a false reality. And even your friends, you think, well, I'm going to gain all these friends because I can do all this stuff, and who wouldn't want to hang out with me? And that's also a false idea, and that's not real. And as everything starts to implode, and I'm out here working all these jobs and doing all these things on the side that I really shouldn't be doing, bad ideas, bad behaviors, bad vices, letting, addictions take hold, you bury all that and you really don't even address it. And in your mind, you think, well, I'm doing so well. Look how well I'm doing. You've built a false reality that you don't even see the destruction that is actually occurring around you. Everything is imploding. I promise you that everything is imploding. When you're at your highest, that is when you need to assess your life and make sure that it's not a false reality. Because a lot of the time when you're at your highest and you start to become confident and you start to become lax, you might need to assess and make sure that that's not a false reality that's making you feel that way. It's important to understand that people around you could also be telling you, hey, you ain't doing it right. You ain't living right. Some people, they might be negative and want to take what you're trying to get from you, and they might be lying, and that's understandable. But a lot of those people, or at least a percentage, aren't. They're being real, and it hurts. You got an ego, you got to swallow it. You got pride, you got to swallow it. You think you're right 24/7. Sometimes you got a little bit that you ain't. It's okay to be wrong. When you're wrong, that's a time to be better. So for somebody who wants to be better all the time, if you don't recognize a mistake or recognize problems, you're never going to get better. You'll hit a plateau and you'll think you're at the best because you built this false reality. You think your life is on the best path it's ever been on, and you think there's nothing that can ever take you down. That is when you are going to be hit with the biggest smack of reality you've ever dealt with. And I mean, it might destruct you to the bottom. And if you watch these videos online, and I know Mike Tyson talks about it, and I always just try to I have an idea. I mean, I guess he's lived it the best. I mean, when you're at rock bottom, you're at rock bottom. That's it. When you're at rock bottom, you think you want to take your life. You think you want to not be here anymore. That's a real thought. It happens to the best of us. And I think that's important to understand, that you also got to be understandable of yourself. Do you have it that bad? Don't compare badness to other people, but understand that, man, I can dig myself out of this. You can dig yourself out. That's the point of hitting that rock bottom, is to recognize that what got you there. Because you thought you were living a life of gloriousness and jewels and crowns and being the king of everything. And your life imploded. What got you there? What behavior? What did you do? Understand of what you did to create that false idea, that false reality. What did you do? Did you just look at things from a outside standpoint and go, well, I know that if I have all these material things, I'm doing good. If I have all this money, I'm doing good. Okay, well, look around you. Did people start separating themselves from you? Did you lose people? Did you lose people that were meaningful to your life? Did you lose friends that you've had forever? Now it's their fault versus yours. You have to evaluate that. But don't sit on that false reality of thinking that because you were building a reality that you said, well, I was going to get married, and I know that I was looking up things to get married, and I was doing things to want to get married, and I was putting away money to get rings. I was looking at venues to get married at. But your significant other didn't even know what you guys were together. She didn't even know that you wanted to get married. Or an idea that, you know, you were going to do so well in your career and you were going to just keep doing more and more and more, but you're getting fired from jobs, or people are trying to take you down more than usual. Is everybody jealous? A lot of people, but not everybody. So you have to sit there and think to yourself, are you building a false reality around you to cover up what is actually going on? Because the longer that you live in that false reality is the harder fall you're going to take, because you're not ready for it. I know that when I realized that I was unable to assess my own life the correct way, and no matter how successful I am in regard to what I think builds success, I learned that, man, success ain't nothing but confidence in yourself, self-esteem, confidence in your person, confidence in your job, that you're good where you're at. You can do good where you're at, or do better if you can. Just looking at everything and understanding that, hey, maybe a family is success. We can sit here and we can be alone till the day we die, but you ain't got nobody to share that with, none of the ideas to share it with, none of your successes, your feelings. That's not really successful, man. Family's important. A lot of us don't have much. A lot of us have none. So building a family is important, but if you're living wrong and you're not doing it right, and you just keep burying everything around you, trying to what? Buy a boat, buy another house, buy some property, buy things that make no difference, when all you need to do is be yourself. If you're broke, who cares? If you have no money, who cares? If you have faith in yourself and you're living without any lies, no lies, none. You wake up every morning and you truly can say to yourself, you are not lying at any moment of your life. That is the reality you need to be living. One lie a day, man, that's all it takes. One little lie. That's all it takes to ruin everything. If you don't keep faith in what you believe in, whether it be your religion or anything else, put a little seed in that of bad behavior, it'll eat away at that. Same concept. You need to understand that, don't live in a false reality. Take a step back one time and look and really make changes. Might mean heartbreak, might mean being broke, might mean losing everything that you have on you right now. But none of that is worth the future that is actually ready for you if you commit to the future. Because that's the biggest problem. Not committing to the reality that's there and building a reality, but relying on a false one. You just got to keep doing better each day and realizing what you need to do to change. No matter how hard it is, always make sure you believe in what you're doing 100% and have faith in yourself.